Senate Health and Human Services meeting. This is the first meeting of the year, so we will have to do a little preliminary rules. But first of all, if we could get Senator Mike Hodges to do the prayer for us, please, on mic number 8.
Please pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for the many blessings that you've bestowed upon us, especially the opportunity to be here today to help tend to the affairs of our state. Please lead us and guide us and give us wisdom in all we do. These things we ask in Christ's name, amen.
Thank you. I had just heard Senator Hodges do a prayer in the preceding meeting. He did a great job, but I will respectfully defer to Senator Jackson in the near future. So thank you. So we have the rules are in your packet, I think the left side of everybody's. But if you would just take a look at that, and I'm going to just sort of everybody look at that. Nothing has changed actually at all. Even the number was the same, correct? Yeah, the number was the same, having to do with 50%. But first of all, I want everybody go around the room and just introduce themselves. We got some new members that are new to the legislature and new to the committee. So I'm going to start with our Reverend down at the end on 11, Senator Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's my great honor to join you all on this committee. I am State Senator Kim Jackson. I serve DeKalb and Gwinnett counties.
And, you know, the previous one said their occupation, what they do, but if you'd like to, you can share that with us.
Sure. I am the Reverend Kim Jackson, so I serve as a pastor with a congregation of people who are experiencing homelessness, and I happen to live on a farm. So.
I didn't know the farm portion. That's great. Good deal. Minority Leader needs no introduction, but just humorous if you don't mind.
Minority Leader Gloria Butler, serving parts of Gwinnett and DeKalb, right along with my colleague. I don't have a job. I just be a senator.
There you are. Absolutely. She's earned it too. All right. Senator
correct.
Hodges.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Mike Hodges. I am in my 4th week as a newly elected senator, and I serve District 3, which is Glenn County, Camden County, Charlton, Brantley, McIntosh, and about a third of Ware County. I live on St. Simon's Island, and I am a banker. Thank you.
Thank you. And you notice this time he didn't say that he comes from the coast with the best place for tourism, because I was not the chairman of the previous committee, so that's where we are. Because I am Ben Watson, Chair HHS, and Senate District 1, which is Liberty, all of Bryan County. Liberty is Hinesville, Bryan County is Pembroke, where the Hyundai facility is, speaking of economic development, and Richmond Hill in the southern portion, and I have half of Chatham County that I share with Senator Mallow. All right. This is our stand-in for Jocelyn. He is filling in research, Senate research, and tell a little bit about yourself, too, for that matter. All right.
My name's Austin Bryson. I cover the finance committees. I'm a policy analyst. Just filling in today, but I'm excited to be here.
Fits in well with these HHS. So, Senator Kirkpatrick.
Kay Kirkpatrick, Senate District 32, Cobb and Cherokee Counties. I'm a retired orthopedic surgeon.
John Flanders Kennedy.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon. I'm John Kennedy from Middle Georgia. Live right outside of Macon. I have the 18th District, which has about half of Bibb County and about a quarter of Houston County, and then all of Peach County, Crawford County, Upson County, and Monroe County, where I live. I practice law as my daytime job in a firm of James Bates, Brannon Groover, doing mostly business-type work and business litigation in our firm. We've got offices in Macon, Atlanta, and Athens. Thank you.
And a little background there is that we grew up in the same county, Emanuel County.
We did,
sure
Mr.
did.
Chairman.
Flanders was a very prominent name in that county, so thank you. All right, Senator Strickland.
Hey, Brian Strickland from McDonough, District 17, which is portions of Henry, Newton, Morgan, and Walton counties. And I'm an attorney, and little known fact, when I first came to the House, my seatmate was the chairman of this committee, I know you requested to get me on this committee this year with you, and he also serves as our doctor now on the Judiciary Committee. So I'm one of your 2 lawyers, I guess, here
That's right.
on your Health and Human Services.
And we certainly need your help so much. Thank you so much. It is a pleasure having you back back in the Senate, I should say. Not my seatmate yet, but close.
But one thing I want to add, the
Okay.
Judiciary Committee meets in the same building our offices are located, and so we're not all out of breath when we go to Judiciary Committee. So hopefully you can get a little more influence and have your meetings move back over there close to our offices.
That's a good consideration. That
Thank you.
is good. All right, our newest senator to this committee, and new for these 2, Senator Ellis.
Hey, I'm Shelley Eccles. I serve as senator for the 49th district. It's all within Hall County, Gainesville. I'm a former teacher, a business owner, and I'm married to a farmer. So, I've got a very diverse background, but I'm proud to be here and serve on this committee with you.
Thank you, Senator Eccles. Appreciate that. Hopefully, everybody's had a chance to look at the rules. Do we have any questions at all on the rules? No questions. They're unchanged. Yeah, ready for a motion if that's okay?
Yeah, I move that we approve the rules.
Okay, and do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Senator Kennedy. Any further discussion? All those in favor, let's say aye. Hopefully there's no controversy here. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Okay. And all those in favor, or not in favor, like sign. Okay, unanimous there. Okay. All right, so we have our first bill, Senate Bill 1, actually, came to HHS, and we are dealing with a substitute. Senator Dolezal has the bill and has the floor, and he's going to take us through it. And we have, I think, 4 people have signed up for public testimony, and you have two letters in your packet. From American College of Physicians, Georgia chapter, and the American Academy of Pediatrics there. So, Senator Dolezal, your choice, whatever you would like to do. I think that's microphone 2.
It is. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. I used to serve on this committee, so looks like you're in good hands with some of our replacements over the last couple of years. I was hoping the fake doctor would be here today as well, but apparently Mr. Senator Brass is elsewhere. Mr. Chairman, you're correct. This committee does have Senate Bill 1, and Senate Bill 1 is a very simple bill. Last year we passed Senate Bill 356, I believe that it was, carried by then Chairman Mullis, and it essentially stated that government could not discriminate against citizens by denying services to its citizens based on their status as whether or not they were vaccinated for COVID-19. When we passed that bill, Mr. Chairman, we had a sunset of June 30th, 2023, which is this year, and all that this bill does in its current form is eliminates that sunset. The bill, as originally introduced, also dealt with mask mandates, and after consultation with the chair, we're going to deal with that in a standalone bill at a later date. So that what the substitute does is it basically deals with the single subject matter of the sunset of the COVID vaccination anti-discrimination language that you would see here. Mr. Chairman, this bill is quite simple as it relates to that, so I'm not going to belabor the point, but I would be happy to answer any questions.
You have a question? Any questions from the committee? And if not, we'll go to public testimony, but we'll make sure we have any questions. All right, let's do, I apologize if we mess up your name. Christy McCraney? Christy McCraney? If you wouldn't mind just correcting my pronunciation and just...
Yeah, that's right, Christy McCraney.
Okay, let me get that microphone on. The floor is yours.
Thank you. I'm actually here to talk about the masks. So don't forget about the masks. I sued Fulton County School Board last year to get the right to pull my kids out of masks. My 2 school-age children are both ADD. They couldn't hear the teacher, which is a big deal, but also they need to watch the teacher's lips move to help concentrate among the other tools they're given to try to concentrate. And it had a huge impact. They would have been better off coming home and being sick with COVID for a week than how far behind everybody fell from the masks and all of the COVID protocols. So I'm hoping that you may be moving it somewhere, but don't give up on that. We need to have the right to say no to putting our children in masks as parents of those kids. So that's what I'm here for.
Well, thank you. Christy Minor. Hey, did
I
I
guess
pronounce
it's the
that correctly?
afternoon.
And
Yes,
I
you got it.
All righty.
Christy followed by Christy.
All right, yeah, two
Good af-
Christies
that's right.
spelled entirely differently, and the floor is yours.
Great, thanks. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. My name is Christy Minor. I live in Cobb County, Roswell, and I agree that the masks continue to be a concern. In fact, we fled the state of Maine in December of 2020 because my son was going to be forced by the governor to play basketball in a mask. So, and that actually carried through for 2 seasons, believe it or not, in Maine. So these things are very important. And so I thank you very much, Senator Dolezal, for your work. And I agree, this is a no-brainer. All this does is get rid of the expiration clause for June. The work has already been done. The law has already been passed. So I am here in support of Senate Bill 1. I also want to say, however, that I met with our State House rep last week, my husband and I, and he reported to me that he was recently contacted by a constituent who has a 19-year-old son who wanted to participate in a drama group that was not affiliated, state affiliated. This group insisted that he be vaccinated in order to participate. I have 2 sons, an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old. And at this point, first of all, I want to commend the state of Georgia for putting this initial law in place to say, let's look at the data, let's see what's going on with this. We know now irrevocably that this vaccine causes more harm, especially for our young men with myocarditis. And so to put people to be forced, these protections do not help that young man, that 19-year-old, to be able to participate in normal things of society. So discrimination continues. This is a good first step. I would appoint the committee to also look at Florida Bill, Senate Bill 222, a protection of medical freedom, to include a revision to Florida Civil Rights Act of 1992 to include discrimination protection for vaccination or immunity status. So I'd like to see things even move beyond that for protection for our citizens. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Minor. Appreciate that. Paul Hershey. Thank you, Mr. Hershey.
Good afternoon. My name is Paul Hershey. I live in Cherokee County, and I'm in favor of removing the sunshine portion of this bill. I think that we've proven over the last 6 to 7 months that this vaccine is more harm than good. There's still a lot of ambiguity out there on what is what. There's ambiguity about the masks. And I'd like to present 2 items that I've brought in, and I'd like to have them put into the record that is talking about the harm of the vaccine and the harm of the masks. And again, I'm in favor of this sunshine date being taken out of the bill. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hershey. And then we have Taylor Hawkins.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. Appreciate Senator Dolezal's work. We were in support of Senator Mullis bringing the original bill, and just want to commend Senator Dolezal for moving the sunset portion. We think the issue here, the fundamental issue, is one of medical freedom, and the fact that no government agency, whether state or local, should have the ability to striate out our economy, our citizenry into 2 bodies, first class and second class, based on the choice that they have before them of whether or not to take a certain type of treatment. So I think that's the fundamental issue here, and so we're heartily in favor of SB 1 to remove the sunset provision and continue protecting Georgia citizens from that possibility.
Thank you, Mr. Hawkins.
Thanks,
Appreciate that. So that's who had signed up today, and two letters, I don't think wanted to speak today. It was Waldron Garris, I don't think is here, and the Melinda Willingham, both physicians, ACP and American Academy of Pediatrics, and I don't think they wanted to speak. If they're out in the hall, that's fine. All right, so is the any further discussion? Let's get Senator Ed Setzler is here, and so we may circle back to him. And Senator Brass, thank you for being here too. So we are in the posture of we've had. I'd like to, anybody, no further questions? Anybody would like to make a motion?
Motion to pass by committee substitute. Second.
All right, so Senator Strickland, and who wants the second? All right, Senator Setzler, second, and we're talking about, this is the right LC, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're talking about substitute Senate Bill 1 LC 339304S. Did I do that right? Okay. All right, so it has been motion to do pass. It has been seconded. Any further discussion? Okay. All those in favor, let's raise our hands. All those in favor. Okay, all those opposed? All righty, so 2 opposed. And so what was the... All right, 7-2, it passes. Any further business, any further discussion? Let's thank you, Senator Dolezal. It will be moving to rules, and thank you for bringing this bill. Before we adjourn, we went around the table and just introduced ourselves. Senator Setzler is not new to us, but he's new in the Senate. You'll tell us your district, your occupation, if you desire.
Senator Ed Setzler, freshman senator. I've been serving for a few years now in the State House. Represent West Cobb County and part of Bartow County, so the northwestern corner of Cobb, the southeastern part of Bartow, Senate District 37. Just been honored to have represented that Ackworth, Kennesaw community for a number of years, related to health issues. In our House Judiciary Non-Civil Committee, a lot of health-related issues from drug laws to prescription drug monitoring came to our subcommittee, so we spent a lot of time on those kind of issues. So glad to be serving on this committee and honored to be part of the team.
Thank you, Senator. I love the way he says he's a freshman senator. So he's hardly a freshman, but I guess strictly speaking, he is.
You got 3 lawyers, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I got you. So we have a freshman rules chairman. How about that? There we go. All right, introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself a little bit. Everybody's yes. For those that were tardy, we get.
Sorry, I'm just glad I'm here, and I had a long way to go too. So, no, Matt Brass. I'm from Noonan, Georgia. Grew up there. Was actually born in Tifton and then lived a little time in Athens, but moved to Noonan when I was 9 or 8 and been there ever since. And so I represent all of Coweta County, all of Heard County, the southern part of Fulton County, the Chattahoochee Hills and Palmetto area, and then I go up into the western half of Douglas County.
All right, thank you. That's from the freshman powerful rules chairman. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you so
my
much.
mentor.
All right, yes, mentee. If there's no further business, the meeting stands adjourned.